Are we waiting to see if we can people hear you?
Yeah, their little eyeballs will pop up, and then
I do remember that, but I don't remember where they come from.
they'll show up somewhere. Is it actually 9 o'clock?
It is 9 a.m. right.
Woo! It's 9 o'clock in the Pacific. Oh, was that my computer back there that just made that noise, or was that?
No. It was
Okay, let me turn that off because that.
Okay, everyone.
Welcome to Friday field trip day. Friday field trip day. It's not Friday, but if you've ever seen Madagascar, the movie, that was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's Friday field trip day, and that is how I feel on Tuesday. Like, it's Friday field trip day. Friday. If you haven't seen Madagascar, the movie, you should definitely watch it because it's a cartoon, it's a kids movie, but like so much of the Pixar family or Disney family movies, they have some very appropriate or inappropriate, I guess, adult humor in the movie. So
I admit I love the Shrek movies.
Hi, Colleen. Welcome. Colleen, can you hear me? Can you see me? Yes, the adult humor in those movies is awesome.
Am I supposed to read something from Colleen? Because I don't see anything.
No, you won't see anything from Colleen. She is just here for me and me alone.
You are the only important one this morning.
All right. Do you have any eyeballs, Mom?
I don't have any eyeballs. That's why I said I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for.
Huh, let me look. That's odd.
But I did find out Colleen is here.
That is odd.
So is this where it's supposed to be? Everything's set right?
Oh, you have to have your chat open, I think. There we go.
Oh, look at that. Okay. Woo! Now we feel better. There are lots of eyeballs.
It's Friday, field trip day.
Oh, yeah.
Friday, field trip day. All right, everybody, welcome to Tuesday Live. We have a really exciting Tuesday Live today. Some great questions, a couple of questions that are very similar.
Your sister just came on?
That we are going to be. Hi, Tisa. My sister is joining us live today. I have a little piece of news about my sister's craft room. So I'll just start with that. For those of you who were asking, are we going to see the tables when Tisa gets them? She is not sure that she's going to change the tables. So right now she has a couple of big folding tables that she's using, and she is liking them and working on them. Has worked great for her. Her grandson was there for 2 weeks doing a lot of crafty stuff, and those worked out really, really well for her. So I'm not sure she's going to get the rolling tables. If she does, we will definitely put up some pictures of that and how they work. But the other little piece of news that I wanted to share with you is that my sister has a friend in town right now, Lisa, and one of their goals this week is to get her 1 year of her boxes. Remember, she took her photos and memento boxes and got them completely out of her craft room. Why did she do that? Because it's overwhelming just to look at the work. And that is an important thing that we talked about during when we were fixing up her craft room. So I'm going to back up a second. For those of you who don't know, last month, my mom and I went to my sister's house, and the three of us gutted her craft room and redid the whole craft room in like 4 days, and we documented all of it. And so there's a lot of Facebook stuff, and I think there's even a video on YouTube that's kind of a quick before and then maybe even the round table part afterward. So if you're thinking about redoing your room, which is one of the questions today, I'm going to get to that. We just did that, and we talked through kind of the whole process of it. Okay, so now one of the things my sister did was she had boxes of photos and mementos by year, and there were a lot of them. And just having them in the room was overwhelming because every time you look at them, you feel like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. It's overwhelming. Your brain just shuts down and you think, oh, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or walk the dog or do anything but look at this big project ahead of me. So if you are in that situation where you have that, my suggestion to you is to get it out of that room, or at least put it somewhere like maybe in a closet where you can close it up so that you're not looking at it all the time. But anyway, fast forward to what's happening with Tisa and Lisa, her friend. So they are going to start, they're going to take one box. Her goal is to sort through a box a month, get rid of the photos, organize them for albums, store the mementos with the pictures, and be all ready to work on albums, one box a month until she gets through, it's probably 20 or 30 years of stuff that she's got. So I was going to say 20, and then I thought my son's 25, so probably closer to 30. Tisa has been the master photographer for our family from the birth of London. So, well, she was a photographer for her own family, but she then became responsible for documenting all the rest of our lives and getting us the photos, which was very handy. Anyway, so we will let you know how that's going as well. But if you are in that position, in that where you feel almost overwhelmed, remember it's a good idea not to look at everything at the same time because your brain will shut down. Okay. Let's see. What is exciting today? What do we want to start with? I'm going to start with answering questions from last week that popped up. Product grids. I promised you I would have an answer today, and I don't, because Meg was sick today. And so for our meeting this morning before Tuesday Live, she was not available to answer all my questions, but it will stay on the top of my list for her until we get that answered and we know some dates. Ruth Williams asks, is Tisa keeping it clean and organized? Amazingly, well, I shouldn't say amazingly. Yes, she is. But one of the things that she says, and she will probably pop on, is once it is clean and organized, it's easier to keep it that way because everything has a home. This is from her. It is also true, but that's what she said. It's easier now. Like I can haul things out with Dexter, her grandson, and when they're done crafting, they know where all those things are going back. So it makes things easier. But she's online, so I'm sure she'll post up a comment or two. I do have to give her a shout out because when we were going through that whole process, we had tons of comments and questions on Facebook. And every night before she went to bed, she popped onto Facebook and answered every question that she could, which was awesome. And it was a lot of work. So way to go, Tisa. Okay, product grids. Die file. One of the questions that came up about the die file was that, and this is because the die file was on sale on HSN yesterday, Monday. And one of the questions that came up was a woman saying, I try to put dies on both sides of my die file and they don't stick on the back side. So what I'm going to do here, I have one of these as a demo. I don't know, is my die file in the frame there, Mom? Can you see this at all?
Yes.
Okay, half of it. Okay, that's all you need to see. So let's try and get something to fall off there. Hang on. Let's see if that worked. Did it fall off? Yes. Okay. So this is the double-sided one. And it had all of these on there that I just tapped off. Okay. Why did they come off? Because the connection of magnet on this big frame is very small. It's only where the magnetic strip is, right here, right? Right, in these two spots. So what do you need to do? The beauty of the magnetic strips is that you can cut them. So you just need to add a little bit. First thing is you need to make sure that you're putting your dies on the magnet flat side down, cut side up. If you try to put the cut side down, of course, you're not going to get as much connection either. So flat side down, cut side up. And then the beauty of the magnets, and also the beauty of living and working in craft rooms, that you always have scissors available, is that you can cut them. So if you have something like this, all you need to do is cut a small piece of magnet, peel it, and then stick it so that you're going to get a little bit more magnetic connection. What is the rule? Measure twice. Oh, I barely made it. Measure twice, cut once. Okay. So now when I put this on there, I haven't had to use a whole strip. I'm making a huge mess back here. I haven't had to use a whole strip, but I've got a little bit more magnetic connection. So if you're putting big things like this, like these frames, and see now I'm going to pick up that magnetic connection all the way around. Now we've talked about this a little bit when we talk about the little ones in the middle, like they have to have also a little extra piece of magnet. So now that's going to hold that on there. I've just that much more magnetic connection. The other thing to sort of keep in mind is that some dies are thicker and heavier and have more metal. And so they are naturally more, they're going to stick better to the magnets as well. So kind of getting to know, like the Spellbinders dies seem to be a little bit heavier, a little denser. They stick a little bit better as well. But when you're talking about super thin dies, they just need a hint more magnetic connection. And then you can, in fact, put them double-sided top and bottom in your die file. I put this on a rotator so I could push it in and out straight. So I just told you to add that little piece of magnet, and then I didn't do it for that one. But I can't because that's my demo one. So now I have ruined my, well, not ruined, but now I have used up one demo opportunity for my tappy processor. So the other thing, this is on, I always get asked about that. This die file is on the 12x12 rotating design board. So if for some reason you need to rotate your die file, that is what this is sitting on. Okay, so that answers that question. Put these back where they belong. Okay, Friday, field trip day. Tisa and Lisa, die file. Meg's out today. Okay, really big news though today. Really big news. It's $10 Tuesday. Okay, what do you get for $10 today and today only? Totally Tiffany website on specials tab. $10. What? The pink lowest tote. That is a 55% savings. Normally this is $21.99. So it's pink only. I know that those of you who are purple and turquoise, people think, oh, that's a bad deal for me. At some point, those will come up as a $10. I don't know when, but at some point they probably will. But if you want pink today, $10 Tuesday, plus pink is a beautiful color. I'm sorry. Look around. Everybody looks good in pink. Have you ever heard the saying, you're in the pink? That means because pink makes you feel good. So if you don't have pink, maybe that's good enough reason. $10 though. All right, next up, $10 Tuesday item, the paper storage box. This is a set of 5 of the cardboard 12x12 Paper Junkie straight up paper storage boxes. Why do you need these if you already have paper handlers? So I store the majority of my paper in paper handlers, but I use these when I'm sorting and organizing because I can pop them up and use them as a file system while I'm organizing, and then I can fold them up and put them away with my sorting templates and such until I need to resort my paper. But those of you who already have your paper sorted, I know you probably don't need those, but if you are new and you are going to join the 12-week Get Organized Challenge, paper organization is week 2 of that challenge, and if you need sorting and storing boxes and you order them now for $10, then you will have them when we're ready to kick off the 12-week paper challenge. Cheryl Riker says, do you have a bag that fits the 8x8 papers, and what is her name? I do not have a bag that fits the 8x8 papers. However, it is something that we're considering. Okay, it's Tuesday. Here's the deal. All right. Hang on. Whoa! Okay, top secret. This is for you guys only, for your Tuesday people. This is the new 8x8 paper taker bag. Whoa! Look at that. 8x8 album.
Yep, 3 people asking when that's coming. Very excited.
8x8 paper pockets and paper. Oh, I don't have any paper in that. I'm just using it as a divider, but scrap pockets fit in there, and your 8x8. So your 8x8 papers, your 8x8 albums, your 8x8 page protectors. I mean, you could literally put everything for one album in there. It's got this big label pocket on the side. Woo! Okay, so that was a super sneak peek, which I wasn't supposed to do today. And so since I already blew that, let me just tell you, it's Friday, field trip day. That is going to be part of the Win It Before You Can Buy It giveaway on September 7th, which happens to be my mom's birthday. My mom's behind the camera today. Tiny T is with us in the house. I think I already said that. But yes, so the answer is yes, it's not a buddy bag, but it is.
Is it coming in colors?
No, it is not coming in colors. It's only going to be in black. But if you want colors, post up the button. Let us know. Let us know if you want colors. Let us know if you want colored buddy bags. Let us know if you think that is a good and exciting idea. And some of you already know that Stephanie Bernard is going to bring out some of the buddy bags in colors. Woo! And as you know, she likes to say, "Ooh, they look so good. I just want to lick it like ice cream." Okay. Hi. Big shout out to Stephanie B. For those of you who don't know who Stephanie B is, Stephanie Bernard, Stamps of Life. She's my bestie. So, okay. Diana Bislin says, third time question. How many average size dies fit in the box? It totally depends. So I'm going to pull this out. So this is an alphabet set. So this alphabet set, alphabets and numbers, has 120. There are 120 dies on this panel. Okay, so I would say these are not average size. These are small. Each die, each letter of the alphabet has an outline, and I have uppercase and lowercase and numbers with an outline. So, so 120 small, and then let's. I think this Christmas panel is probably going to be, here's the reason I put this on a rotator, because when you put your panels in, you need to slide them straight in and out. Where's the Christmas? Hold on. So we looked at this Christmas panel and called these more like average size dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12. So you're looking at about 24, between 24 and 30 per panel side. So 60 if you do both sides of your panels, 24 to 30, so 48 to 60 depending on if you buy the extra set of magnets, and then you can put magnets on both sides. So again, smaller, and then of course, if you've got large dies. This one, I put a magnet strip on the back of the pocket because these stamps and this embossing folder match those dies. So now I have the dies and stamps together. If you do that, there's enough room between the two levels to do it, but you can't put dies on both sides then. You can only use one side if you're doing something like this, or if you are also doing something where you're adding the samples, right? So with the Stephanie set of dies, I punched out all the dies and I know exactly what size they are. And I can put this on top so I know which is R and which is S, because you know how those alphabets are when they're dies, they're weird. The other benefit to this is if I'm working on a project, I can actually use this to put it over the project and make sure that the dies are the right size and shape for the project that I'm using. So super handy for alphabets. I also have Stephanie's little guidebook here with tips, tricks, and ideas for that alphabet set that I keep there. This one is most handy because those black dies, you can't read what they say. So happy holidays, Christmas wishes, all those things. It's hard to read them on the die. So not only do I have that same benefit of putting this over a card face so I can see how well it's going to fit on that card or where it's going to position on the card with other things through the clear, I can also actually read the die. So I know what it says when I choose it. So a couple of different reasons to do that. Now, you can stick these down, to the panels, and then you could use two sides. But obviously, if you're stacking stuff on top of the dies, it's going to interrupt the dies on the bottom of the other one if it's too thick. And also it has to sit on something. So if you're doing both sides, obviously there's nothing for the underside to sit on, if that makes sense. Okay, I got a little sidetracked there. 8-door with the 8x8 question. Okay, what else is on $10 Tuesday? The 8-drawer storage and supply case. Woo woo. So I'm going to show you something because I've had some questions on this as well. So this is normally $18.99. So you are saving on this 48%. That's almost like half price, right? So the 8-drawer storage and supply case, you've got these 8 skinny drawers in there. And it was designed specifically for Stephanie Bernard, but it fits all these other brands of the small square inks, of the teardrop inks. And when you roll back that lid, you've got it labeled on your shelf, right? Reds and pinks, whatever it is. Now you can just pull out that tray. So these are all mementos. I can pull out the tray and get to that, but I can also close it up and travel with it or store it. I've got ink dots. I've got Stephanie Bernard, Tim Holtz Distress inks. Even those really long chameleon markers are going to fit in there. So it works great for, this is exactly what it was designed for, square inks and chalks. This one I have loaded up with distressing tools. Now, this was designed, you get the whole scoop. This was designed with a little bit of extra height. Sorry, I shouldn't put this away. So when you have the inks, you can grab the edge of them and take them out of the tray, right? So the tray is shallower, lower than the inks are tall, and that is by design. The bag is designed so that when you have those inks that size sticking up out of the tray, you've got that height and that pushes against the top of the bag. So it fills the bag, okay? Now, if you're using it for something like this, distressing tools, they don't push to the top of the bag. They don't fill the bag. And so you're going to have a gap, not as big a deal for the brushes, of course, but for the smaller things where things can slide over, okay, especially things like paintbrushes. So in that situation, if you use the back of the bag for your painting paper or your dot-to-dot book or your watercolor art book or whatever and slide it in there, then you'll be able to push the tops of those drawers right up against the bag, and then your things won't slide from tray to tray, right? So it wasn't designed for that. It works awesome for distressing brushes. I mean, you can see everything and it's clear, and if it gets dirty on the inside, you can just wipe it off. So there's all those things. Now, let's talk about putting these together.
And washi kit, standard washi kit fit in there?
Washi tape would fit in there flat, but it would be kind of a waste, unless you don't have I say that because I am a washi tape junkie, as you know. Let me get over here. So if you have the smaller rolls, but you can see this is not even a big one that they might lay in there, but kind of waste. Go for the 6 drawer. If you're looking for washi tape, I'll show you really quickly. Rainbow washi. So there's washi tape. That's the 6 drawer. So it was designed for that. So definitely a better option. Okay, putting the drawers together, because they're so small, it's tough to get the little tabs in. And the trick to it is with all of our stuff, whatever you get, you're going to fold on the score lines first, right? So because this is small and the plastic is thick, it's a little tougher to fold than our other things that have a little more for you to hold on to, right? So you want to fold on all the score lines. That's what's going to give you the nice square shape of the tray. Fold, fold, fold. Fold the little tabs. Fold, fold, fold. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Now, the beauty of these is that you only have to put them together once, right? There's no reason to ever take them apart once you have them assembled. Then the key is, just like we talked about, I think we did this last week, where when you put that little tab in, I know it's hard to see on the camera, but when you put the little tab in, you want to go kind of at an angle and push the bottom of the tab in first, and then angle it and push the top of the tab in, right? So bottom, top. So just kind of put it in at a slanted angle. And then once you get it in there, you never have to deal with it again. It's going to stay in there. They don't pop out or anything. So again, bottom part of the tab goes in first at an angle. I'm sorry, I should do this on a bigger tray just so you can see it. So I'm pushing at an angle from the bottom, and then I'll switch hands here. And then I'm going to push it, click it to the top. Okay, so that is the big trick for putting the drawers together. But the 8-drawer storage and supply case on $10 Tuesday special. So if you need it for your small inks, daubers, any of those kind of things. Oh, Tim Holtz, any of the square inks are going to fit in there. One other thing I want to tell you about when they're new. When we make these, vinyl stretches. So they're designed to be really tight because eventually that vinyl is going to stretch. So when you first put your 8 drawers together, it's going to look like there's only room for 7 drawers in there. And then when you shove in that 8th drawer down the center, I'm going to see if I can get, now I won't be able to do it right because I'm trying. When you shove in that 8th, it's not going to work. When you shove in that 8th drawer, sometimes they kind of pop like that, like they pop up, okay? You know, so don't worry about it. Once you get them loaded, well, even now it's not loaded. I've just had it assembled for a while. It's all going to go flat again. But once you put the weight in there and those ink pads in there and all that stuff, so don't worry when you slide it in if they kind of pop loose once they're loaded.
He appreciates that. She does.
Yes, you're not gonna. Yes, Patty, you are not alone, and you are not gonna have trouble once they're loaded up. Sorry, my phone is going off, and I've been kind of ignoring what's going on over here. Diana Bilsland, thanks. That helps. You're so welcome. That's what Tuesday is all about, right? Like, and I get to find out what you don't know, like what have we communicated poorly or maybe not at all. So it's really helpful. Questions are really helpful. All right. Kay Quinton says, didn't you show us a 6x6, 8x8, A4 paper taker several months ago? I did show you that they were coming out several months ago, and they are actually, well, when before you can buy it means they're in the house, that we're ready to sell them. So that will be, the one before you can buy it is the 7th, which means they will be ready to go live on the website probably this Saturday after that, which, yeah, I'm sure that's the plan, because Saturday, the 11th of September, we're going to have a Totally Tiffany takeover on the Craft House TV show. So if you're unfamiliar with Craft House, that is a TV show that they do out of the UK, and I just simulcast in, kind of like HSN. You can get to it from the Crafters Companion website, and it'll be posted on our website, on our social media sites as well. 2 hours, mark your calendar, Saturday, September 11th. I'm way ahead this time. Ooh, amazing. And that is when they are going to be officially released. For those of you who are on board to see the sneak peek of all of those bags, that is when they're going to be released on the 11th. I'm probably going to get some email from Crafters Companion saying, what are you doing? But we've been waiting for them. You guys have asked for them. They're awesome. People are going to love them. I love them. So we're do the win it before you can buy it on the 7th. For those of you who know what the whole line is all about, you're going to have an opportunity to win it then. All right. Vicki Wallish says, I love my die file. I love the die file also. The die file is the go-to. I think Stephanie Bernard summed it up best. She said, this is where you put all the dies that you use all the time, right? So for a lot of us, we have so many dies that if we were trying to put them all in die files, we would literally have that 25 cube IKEA calyx with 2 in each box. They do fit in that, by the way, I guess. That would be huge. It would be massive and heavy and very expensive. A couple of die files with the dies that you use all the time, or all your alphabet dies, and then maybe all your nesting dies or those type of thing. It's the perfect, complement for all of the dies you use all the time. Kathy Mowerman says, do the standard size washi tape fit in the 8 storage case? We already answered that. No. When does the 3 drawer come out? I can't wait. It was my ask. I don't know. I'm going to follow up with that. I'll talk to Chris James about that tomorrow. See what he says. I'll try to put up a post if he gives me an answer. Otherwise, it'll be next week. Betsy Hart says, can you make the 1 or 2 drawer storage and supply case 3 inches wide for big punches? The 8 drawer storage and supply case is about 1 inch wide and others are 2 inches wide. Can you make the 1 or 2 drawer storage and supply case 3 inches wide for big punches? I'm not sure if you're asking me to make a new one. Or make the 1 or 2 drawer storage and supply case 3 inches wide, maybe 3 inches deep. I'm thinking like for these, maybe that's right. So this is the 2-inch store and go bag, but it has the big punches in it. So again, with the vinyl, you get that stretch. So is this what you're asking me to do in the storage and supply case? It sounds like that might be it, if that makes sense. All right. Kimbra Turley says, already submitted my order this morning. She's already on the Tuesday. Oh, I haven't even made it through the $10 Tuesday thing yet. Okay, I'm going to.
They want to know how to order it too.
The $10 Tuesday, just go to the Totally Tiffany website and click on the on special on the menu bar. One of the things is on special. Okay, ready? Anybody got a flame for me? Throw it up. All right. I'm going to finish $10 Tuesday before I answer any more questions. Okay, 8-drawer storage and supply case. The 9x11 magnetic design tool set also. So if you are using and loving your rotating design board and you want to add that next level of usability to it, and you don't have to use this on the magnetic design board. It is just a magnetic mat with a magnetic ruler to help you do layouts and keep things straight. You can add your own magnets to it, so you can magnet down your design while you're working on it. We don't sell the little tiny, really strong magnets because they're a choking hazard, but they're very easy to get from Amazon. So if you don't have kids and you're not going to chew on your own magnets, then you don't have to worry about it. But they do work. These little guys right here, like super strong magnets, right? So if you're creating a card or something and you want to magnet down each layer or each element of that card or that layout, that you can. That's what this is for. So also, and then this, of course, is for lining things up straight on as you're doing it. But those are my mini magnets right there, my flowers.
What was that large punch? What were those large punches in?
The large punches were in the 2-inch store and go bag. And the SKU on that is PNPK SSG 14. So you can search that. You know what I was going to tell everybody, and if you don't already have a pencil and a piece of paper out, I'm going to talk about a lot of products in like by SKU or what they are. So if you, we had a couple of planners questions about organizing planner stuff, what's better, a craft and carry workstation or a ditto bag. I'm going to get to all that, but if that's something that you think you might want to jot down some information size-wise and dimension-wise and what works for what, grab a pencil and a piece of paper while I'm going through the rest of the $10 Tuesday. I think that's it because I already did the paper storage boxes. So the pink lowest tote, the paper storage boxes. Oh no, I didn't do the Lisa Buddy Bag. $10 for the Lisa Buddy Bag. If you are unfamiliar with Lisa, she is our 12 by 12 buddy bag that fits paper. And you know what else she is awesome for? Project planning with your, what are these called? Scrap Masters. So if you have a whole project in a Scrap Master or two, those are going to fit in your Lisa Buddy Bag as well. And the other thing that she works really great for, and it's very timely because my mom just asked me today if I had any stencils that she could use with her gel press. And so I will take this out and then I will hand it over to her so she can take it home with her. But it's a great place using the 12 by 12 pockets to store your 12 by 12 stencils as well. Sorry, I'm not tall enough today apparently to reach over and above things. So 12 by 12 stencils, I've got 2 per pocket there. All kinds of cool shapes and sizes in there, but so great for storing 12 by 12 stencils as well. And I stored them in the 12 by 12 tab divider pocket, which I believe we are out of on our website, but the scrapbook.com website has, I think they have all the tab divider pocket sizes in stock. We do not. We will shortly, but if you don't want to wait, please feel free to go to, I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to give it to you, Mom, so you can take it home. All right. Okay, look at that. See how easy that is? My mom needs stencils. Here they are. Take them home. Bring them back all in the bag. Quick, fast, and easy. The Lisa Buddy Bag is $10 today for $10 Tuesday. Remember, $10 Tuesday only lasts 24 hours. So He who hesitates is lost on this.
Says you cannot have enough Lisa bags.
You cannot have enough. D says you cannot have enough. So if that is how you feel, if you think that maybe D is right, order them today because you're saving 33%. They're normally $14.99, $15. So you're saving like $5, $4.99, I guess, to be right on it. Okay. Kimber Turley says, already submitted my order this morning and can't wait to get everything ordered. 2 VROs also. Binaural organizers, way to go. I received my hang and hold last week and spent Saturday setting it up and admiring all this space I now have on my work table. Woo woo. My favorite is the cup holder because I no longer have to worry about spilling my water on my projects. Thank you. Well, Kimber, thank you for picking up the hang and hold. I'm so glad that you love it. It is incredible. Like once you get that much stuff off your desk, it doesn't seem like that much, but once you move all those things off your workspace, and they're all accessible, and they're still accessible, and all those good things. So I'm glad that you love it. Jody Sargent, did she say mini ink pads fit in the 8 drawer? Specifically wondering about the Tim Holtz minis. Yes, all the minis that I've ever tried, including the rounds, the ink dots fit. The Tim Holtz fit, and you are going to get 7, I believe, of the Tim Holtz. Well, let's see, they're the same size as the Stephanie one, so 6. You're going to get 6 per, so you'll be able to get 48 square ink pads in one of the 8 drawers. The Memento inks, you can only get 5 per drawer, so you're only going to get 40 if you're using like the Memento inks, but the squares you're going to get 6, so 48. Okay. Pearl McGill says, do you have an 8.5 by 11 fab file similar to your 12 by 12 fab file? Yes, we do. It is actually called the A4/8.5 by 11 fab file because it fits both. So if you're unfamiliar with A4 paper, that's what they use everywhere else in the world as their standard paper size. And it is just a little bit longer and a little bit skinnier than 8.5 by 11. So it fits 8.5 by 11 and A4. So the A4 8.5 by 11 fab file. If those are not available on our website right now, again, scrapbook.com carries the whole line, so they will have them. Stephanie Bernard, I think, also carries that dimension in the fab file and the pockets because she works a lot with 8.5 by 11 paper. So you could find it in either one of those 2 places if it's not on our website. And it does have the pockets that come with it, and you can buy additional pockets as well for that. Okay. What else I need to talk about? Justine Stone. Hi, Tiffany from Michigan. Loving my Stephanie Buddy Bags. Stephanie Buddy Bags are awesome. They're a great way to store all kinds of goodies, but specifically Stephanie's ink pads. So, what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, hey, if you want to win the contest this week, you have to comment. So everybody who comments, their name gets thrown into a drawing, and then we give away a gift certificate at the end of Tuesday Live. So if you want to win, you have to comment. So tell us where you are. Tell us what your favorite Totally Tiffany product is. Tell us how, maybe you're new. Tell us you're new. Welcome to you that are new. We're so glad that you found us, but you definitely want to have a comment because that's the only way you can win the gift certificate. Okay. Okay, questions for this week. Danielle Lucas says, what would you recommend for traveling with happy planner supplies? I like to have my classic planner, a bunch of sticker books, washi tape, markers, pens, sometimes a disc punch, either the blue one or the small We Are Memory Keepers, extra pages, etc. I keep switching my shopping cart back and forth from the craft and carry to the ditto. Would you suggest one over the other for traveling with planners or something else together? I'm so happy I've discovered your Facebook and YouTube channel using your 4-section system and the scrap rack. Woo! I've been able to cut down so many plastic bins. Oh my gosh. If the scrap rack does one thing, it will eliminate the plethora of stacking, piling plastic bins in your craft room. I'm so glad that you found it and asked Danielle. Now, I want to piggyback Christy Lamb's question, which is, Tiffany, you got me hooked on planners, but how do I organize this stuff? I choose Happy Planner big size, which means paper refills are 8.5 by 11, or half sheets that are 4.25 by 11, plus sticker pads just for planning. Thank you for your products, and they are making a huge difference in organizing a new area in the new house. So both of those questions. And you know what I'm going to do? Mom, come on up here, Mom. I want to talk to you for a minute. I'm going to make my mom come on. Oh,
All right,
Tiny
here I am.
T, come on around. Let me put these down so we have a little space.
There's no step ladder back here.
There's
today.
no, you're not going to be tall enough. Okay, so
I'm standing on this board.
we're both, you can get on the board. I'm on the board. Right? Neither one of us is as tall as you think we are because we are standing on
And we have on tall
we have
shoes.
a booster stack back here. Okay, so my mom started with the Happy Planner in the medium size. And no, in the big size.
In the big size. Yep.
And now using the medium size.
Right.
And also started with the Ditto. So tell us what you use when you plan. What do you mostly have?
Well, mostly I have a lot of stickers.
A lot of stickers.
As many sticker books as I can find. And of course I have scissors and rulers and stencils and pens, lots and lots and lots of pens, and a little bit of washi tape. I'm not a washi tape user. And I have my punches and my, this thing, whatever
Yep,
that, yeah.
yep.
And my square punches and my round punches. And I started in the Ditto bag. And I liked the Ditto bag. And I was living in a 2-story house, so I could carry it up and down the stairs with me, and that was good. But it was always a little bigger than I needed.
Okay.
It just didn't really work. And so then I switched over to the desk thing,
The Craft and Carry Workstation.
Craft and Carry Workstation. Great name, by the way, just can't remember it. And because now I live in a 1-story house, and I do all my journaling in exactly the same place. And so it works very well. It takes up just exactly the right amount of space on my desk.
Okay, perfect.
So,
All right, so that is, I guess, the beginning of the answer to your questions about planner storage. And I'm going to take you through both the Ditto and the Craft and Carry Workstation, but she has done both. I have also done both, but sometimes it's good to hear from somebody other than me, right?
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
thanks,
going
Mom.
back to the camera.
Okay, you go back to the camera. Get back to work. What are you doing over here? Get back to work. Okay, so Craft and Carry Workstation versus the Ditto bag when it comes to planner supplies. The biggest difference I would say for this is, I've got too many things, is whether you leave it or travel with it. So part of the question was, I travel with my supplies, how do I do it? Now, one thing I'm going to tell you, either the Ditto bag or the Craft and Carry Workstation both fit in the lowest tote. So the Ditto bag is easier to carry around with you because it has the handle on the top. Like my mom said, she could carry it up and down the stairs in her other house. So it's handy for that. You can also pick up your Craft and Carry Workstation, but it takes 2 hands and carry it around the house. Either one of these is going to fit in the lowest tote. So even if you don't love pink, but you want to just be able to transport your Craft and Carry Workstation or your Ditto bag around, that's a little added feature, especially since today that it's only $10, because you can carry it in your hand or both hands, but once you put it into a lowest tote, then you can throw it over your shoulder. So if you're really traveling somewhere and you have car keys or whatever, or coffee cup, and you can throw it over your shoulder. So that's a handy thing. I'm going to take you through both of these loaded up and what I have in it. This is the Craft and Carry Workstation. I put both the large and the medium planner, disc planner in here. There are other brands. They are all about the same size and dimension. So this is the large planner, and this is the medium planner. Now, I use this as a notebook. Matter of fact, I just bought a new one sitting in my kitchen counter because I'm going to do a journal in one about my cactus garden. So I'm going to take all the pictures of my cactus and I'm going to create a journal. And the nice thing about disc, this is the other question I get asked all the time over something like spiral bound, is even 3-ring, is that disc is the easiest possible way to put things in and out of a notebook. Or no, obviously spiral, it's harder, the hardest one. But even with 3-ring, you have to flip all your pages over, pop it open, put it in, close it up. Not that that's going to kill anybody, right? We've been doing it for years, but I love disc for that. I don't make disc. I don't get any kickback on disc, but that is why I love it. So these are the 2 different sizes, right? 8.5 by 11. And then the smaller size, off the top of my head, I don't remember what the size is, 7 by 8, I think. Okay, so kind of the 2 basic sizes there. So both of those, you saw me pull them both out of the back side of, the back section of this. So where the Ditto bag, so you can put either one of them in the Ditto bag. It works better in the Ditto bag if you're storing your planner in there, especially with the big one, to go sideways. You can go vertically with it. Now this is another thing where the lowest tote is nice, because if you have this filled with supplies, you can put your planner right into the lowest tote so they're all together, but you can use every compartment on both things for your planner supplies. So both of them fit in the Ditto bag as well. This is a journaling template, okay, 8.5 by 11, fits in there, no problem. Now, as far as the pages are concerned, this is the 12 by 12 tab divider pocket. I just grabbed this one. It actually has some big stencils in it to show you the difference between the 12 by 12 with the large pages, and this is the 8.5 by 11 A4 tab divider pocket. This is the vertical. So this is the one that works with the paper handler. That's 8.5 by 11. This is the horizontal. It has transparencies in it. That makes it hard to see what's in there, but they're both the same dimension. So you could put your pages in vertically or horizontally, again, just depending which way you want that pocket to go. So we make both dimensions of pocket. And I actually think this is probably, I have my little cheat sheet pile of, there they are. So of course I don't have the vertical one in here. Oh, that was a good idea, but okay. So that's how they fit. Now, why would you use the 12 by 12 instead of the A4 8.5 by 11? Well, this paper, the big paper, because of the doodahs down the side, the punches down the side, is a little bit harder to work with than just a flat sheet of paper when you're putting it into your pockets, right? So it fits snugly into the pockets, but if you've used these, you know, the little edges get caught on everything. So using the 12 by 12 pocket makes that easier and to put them in because you have that extra space. I use the A4 8.5 by 11. I just kind of curl up my pages to start with, and then I just tuck them in so they're in there. So either way, it's going to be a personal preference. The A4 8.5 by 11 pocket, this is what I was talking about. Like, do you want to write everything down? This is a vertical pocket, right? So it's going to be tall in the Ditto bag. If you use the horizontal, same size, also going to fit your paper. It's going to go this way in the Ditto bag, right? So these are your back and forth options on all of this, all these goodies, all our planner goodies. Oh, if you haven't been bitten by the planner bug yet, stay out of the planner aisle of Michael's because it's a brutal mistress. Okay, so, and then these I just have in the back pocket of the Craft and Carry Workstation, and the 12 by 12 will fit in the back pocket as well. It's a little bit tighter in the back. It will also fit in the front pocket. When you've got this all pressed out, you've got 12 inches in there as well. So it'll go either way on that. Now, all your punches and such, of course, are also going to fit in your Ditto bag, right? The Ditto bag offers more layers of pockets. And if you're unfamiliar with the Ditto bag, I'm going to just kind of move some washi tape and things over as we're talking. Well, bye-bye. Uh-oh. I think I might have just lost Colleen. So same thing with your markers. The Ditto bag has all these other little pocket things. So if you have other smaller tools, you've got all these little straps and elastics to hold those things. Now, in here, there's not a lot of room for washi tape. This is all planner washi tape. This is the Shelly Buddy bag. So that's going to fit standing up, and I still have room. You saw me pull both planners out to have both planners in here and a Shelly Buddy bag with my washi tape in it. Okay. The Shelly Buddy bag also can go vertically in your, got my little elastic band here. I'm going to tuck it under that. In your Ditto bag. So you've got all the same functionality in both tools. It just depends on what you, how much you're traveling. This is going to ultimately have more space. and opens up wide. This is probably what I should have done anyway, so you could see the whole thing. Opens up wide, so you can open it up on your workspace, close it up, and tuck it in the closet. But you're going to get a few more pockets, a little bit more space with the Ditto bag. The Ditto bag might also still be on sale at HSN. It was on sale yesterday. So, okay, let's address the sticker books. Everybody who has a sticker book addiction. So, depending on how many sticker books you have, they can go this way in the front pocket, or you may have so many sticker books that what you want to do is use that front pocket for your planner, if you're storing your planner in here, and then use the back pocket to go side by side with your sticker books, and then you're going to get twice as many. Again, with the Ditto bag, you're going to be able to do the same thing with your sticker books side by side, like this way, and then one of the pockets on the Ditto bag does not have any dividers in the front, so you can also pick up that extra space for your Ditto bag, maybe your roll of rainbow tape in the front. I can't really see what I'm doing there, but it looks like it fits. So these are the 5x7 stamp pockets. So these are great for, I have different types of stickers in there, like kind of by theme, and those are going to fit in this pocket, in the front pocket, or in this pocket of your Ditto bag as well. Big thing to address is your punch. So whether you're using, this is the biggest one, or you have the blue one, or you have this small We Are, which is what was mentioned in the question, all of those are going to fit in Isn't this fun? This is like one of those games. It's like kind of like Tetris, right? What fits? Will it fit? Remember that there used to be a YouTube channel, Will It Blend, where they put things in a blender and see if the blender would chew them up. So this is going to fit in there as well. Also, same thing here. You're going to put it under your strap. Now, sorry. Right, so you can get all your tall things going across. I think if you have the blue version of this, maybe not, maybe it is this one. One of them, because I also, no, that's the blue one. The blue version of this will also fit in this pocket on the front of your Ditto bag, as of course then will the We Are punch fit in there as well, because it is the smallest and lightest weight of all of them. And then if you use something like this to keep your markers in, this is just a Deborah bag. They're just going to pop right in there and all stay together in your little Deborah bag. And then again, you can remove it. So you can complement your Ditto bag with the Shelley, the Deborah, maybe the Terry, depending. You can also put those in here. So the big considerations, I think, for choosing, do I want to use a Ditto bag? Do I want to use a craft and carry workstation, are more about, are you going to be like my mom? She just has it set up. It's on the shelf behind her desk. She can turn around and get things out of it, or she could pick this up and just put it on her workspace. Or are you constantly going to be moving it around somewhere with you, in which case, and you need a little bit more space. So the Ditto bag is going to hold more, has the single handle. Both of them travel great in the lowest tote. So I feel like, while I may have given you a ton of good information, now you still have to decide what's better for me, the craft and carry workstation or the Ditto tool bag. Okay. Oh,
Say buy them both because you'll find it useful the other day.
Yes, my mom says get both of them. You're going to find somewhere to use them. This is the 8x8 pocket, which is going to be the next question, I'm sure. So these are the smaller, the medium-sized pages. This is how they fit in the 8x8 pocket. They stick up a little bit. They're a little bit too tall. It still works. So if you're just trying to organize those, and again, the edges with the little hole punchies are a pain in the neck. This is how they look in the A4 8.5 by 11 pocket. So the smaller pages. So I showed you the bigger pages. same pocket, smaller page for planner, bigger page planner. That's how they look, how they fit in those pockets. So all of them are going to work. Some of them are going to work better than others. This is one of the 8x8 pockets just loaded with a bunch of random leftover stickers that I had. And then all of them are going to fit. If you're putting them in the craft and carry workstation, you've got a little bit more straight up support. If you're using the Ditto bag, then you are going to hook them under the strap, anything that's tall. So you get 2 of these bands with your Ditto bag when you buy it now. And then, so look for them. They're in a little Ziploc bag in your tote when you get it. And then they will hold things up that are taller things. And then of course, the 12x12 pocket is an option as well. Look at me, I have so many things. But you know what I want you to notice? As I just had all that stuff all over my workspace here and it was a complete mess. Now look, if you put them in straight, look at that. Everything's all tidied up. Journal Genie, Journaling Genie. Remember this? This is perfect for planning. And I will show you something. Well, how many of you followed along this weekend, or didn't follow along, but saw this weekend the post that I did about my cactus rock garden? So will you get it for me, Mom? I will. So I finished my weekend project, which was making a painted rock cactus garden, which we did in our Sassy Crafters Club last week. And in Sassy Crafters, one of the girls, Polly, painted one of her cactuses red. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is so cute. I'm going to do a pink one. And so, as you know, my little guest room is all pink. So this is how my cactus rock garden turned out. It weighs about 100 pounds, but it was really fun to do. This is what I did for my little Sunday craft project. Y'all are asking me, how often do you craft? Do you have time? Do you find time to craft? And I just have to say, I just have to bring back my Karen Slusher quote. We all have the same amount of time. How are you choosing to spend it? And this week I chose to spend some of my time crafting my little pink cactus rock garden. I will tell you, planner-wise, I have planner stickers, and I used to buy all the planner stickers and have the planner sticker addiction. And now I craft my planner more. So I just did the September planner pages. So what I tend to do is find a color palette or paper palette that I like, and then I'll work through the whole month in that with that paper and that color palette. So you know who's my best friend in this process? Xyron, right? Don't create planners things without your Xyron machine. But it's a great way to also, I know some people, you look at those planner sticker books and they're expensive. I think they're $20 a piece or whatever. And I want you to think about all the paper that you have in your craft room already. Now, it does take lighter tones of paper, but you can use your regular paper from your craft room. And you know, this is the punch that punches the exact size box, but we all have other punches. I don't have my square ones here, but that punch the right size to fit in our planners. So if you're not using your paper crafting supplies to craft your planner, oh, I shouldn't say that, because now you're just, instead of you needing a craft and carry workstation or a Ditto, you're going to need a whole nother room for planner stuff, because it is an addiction, I'm telling you. Okay, I should answer the rest of the questions now, shouldn't I? Jody Sargent says, I'm attempting to redo the design of my craft room and I'm emptying the contents of it to another room so I can start with a clean slate. As much as possible, I'm grouping like items together. When it comes to embellishments that will go in my scrap rack, stickers, die cuts, sequence flowers, pre-made borders, etc., are there categories I should group them by, or will if they're all thrown together in tubs work for now? This process is going much slower than I would like. Any words of advice would be much appreciated. Thank you, Tiffany. So my advice to you is, if you can, as you're pulling things into tubs, say, okay, this is my, at the very least, themes and sentiments tub. This is my alphabet tub. This is my holiday tub. That's going to be one step of organization that's done. If you can go the next level further and say, okay, you know, I'm going to divide up this tub. This is Christmas, this is Easter, this is Thanksgiving. Then as you're putting things in there, then when you're ready to put them in your scrap rack, they're totally sorted and ready to go. And it's going to be faster to put them into your scrap rack. But if you can at least get them into my Alphabets, Themes, and Sentiments calendar year, and I guess I left off rainbow tub. That is the first way that I did it. The very first time I went through and sorted all my stuff, that is exactly what I did. Adding those dividers will be a big plus, but not necessary. Taking everything out of your room is awesome. It is absolutely the best. If it's possible, anybody that's redoing their room, and when I say your craft room, that might mean a closet, that might mean, 6 Rubbermaid totes that go under your bed or are stacked out in the garage or whatever. But if you can get them completely empty, whatever it is, and then bring stuff back in, it's so much easier. You know what else is easier to do? It's easier to purge. When you start looking at how good your room looks and how easy it is to find your things, letting go of those things that you're not going to use becomes a lot easier. And purging is really a key part of the whole process, especially for those of us who've been crafting for a long time. We have definitely accumulated things that we no longer need. So you're making a great decision to empty out as much of it as you can. If you can pre-sort into your tubs, that is awesome. But worst case scenario, everything goes in a tub, and then you just take a stack of it out, sit in front of your scrap rack and flip through and put things away. So it's going to work either way. Pre-sort is going to be just that much easier on the next step. But way to go. You have to keep us posted, maybe put up some befores and afters. But we went through this whole process with Tisa, with her craft room. So if you want to watch some of the videos that we did there and kind of listen in on some of the things we talked about as we were working through. But that is literally it. My mom and I moved tub by tub back into Tisa's room. We sorted her paper the same way we talk about sorting paper and Get Organized Challenge. And we had an organized only space, which was the room, and we brought it in and put it away. So
Barbara Carlson has been amazing today.
Barbara rocks every week. Barbara, thanks for being on with us today and always. Barbara is a wealth of information. As a matter of fact, if anything ever happened to me, I think Barbara could. We have like a brain meld going on of information. She really does know. If you are not part of the Get Organized Challenge group on Facebook, I would really encourage you to pop on over there and sign up. It is a great group for referencing, getting information, getting links, getting product information, but also video links and downloads and all that stuff. And Barbara is a key participant in that group as well. So thanks so much, Barbara, for being here today. And always. Okay, my phone has been going crazy. Colorado Bird Nerd at Tiffany. Recently found you while moving into my tiny home crafting area, and my craft supply hoarder just started a Totally Tiffany monthly budget. That's awesome. May need to change that to weekly. Well, I'm so glad that you found me, Colorado Bird Nerd. I think I talked to you. I think we exchanged something maybe on Facebook or Instagram also. So I'm so glad that you're with us, and I will do my best to help you. Well, you've probably already seen my mission is left to right, back to front, top to bottom. How are you maximizing that space for visibility and accessibility? So welcome. Rochelle Nicholas says, what is the bag over your left shoulder with the Stampin' Up! Ink pads in it? Oh, that is Sue. This is Sue. This is Barbara. Barbara Carlson, Barbara. So close to my heart, magnetic ink pads, Stampin' Up! Ink pads here. All right. Did you have a question, Mom?
Nope.
Okay.
I think we're good here.
All right, good. Okay. Lugene Barber says, I ordered the Ditto bag from HSN in pink. Will you have the Ditto bag in Stephanie pink? Oh, I don't know. We don't sell any of the items in Stephanie pink. Those are exclusive to her. So if you shoot her off an email or Facebook or something and ask her if she's thinking about bringing that in, to be honest with you, I cannot remember if that's on her list or not to do. So Debbie Pajowski says, since we are talking about planner supplies, I am making a widget book and want to use it for planning, but also journaling my day as well. Any suggestions or tips for pulling the two formats together into one format? Boy, if you're using, again, I love the disc. You could.
Barbara posted a very good answer to that.
Oh, Barbara, there's also an answer from Barbara on there. On the thing, but you could definitely combine the two into one book, so here's what I do. I have my widget book, which is a separate thing, mostly because it's fun to make them. And then in my planner, I have a line item that says widget. So in the planner, it reminds me, hey, did you fill out your widget journal today? So kind of forces me, in order to check that box, I have to have done that thing. But you could definitely put them together. So it would be awesome, actually. Yeah, but I'd use a disc planner because they're easy to add things to. Georgia Peach, love my paper handler as temporary storage for current projects. Keeps more workspace available. Awesome. Total, and if you are unfamiliar with paper handlers, I'm going to pull, this is only the 8.5 by 11, but they are a great way to put all the bits and pieces for a particular project into one container and then carry it with you. So thanks for sharing that with us. Georgia Peach. Marshall Comment says, can you give us the name of the tab dividers for Lisa? Sorry, I missed it. The tab dividers for Lisa are the standard paper storage box dividers. They are A06 is their SKU. And I know for a fact that we are sold out of them on our website because I just looked this morning. But I'm pretty sure that scrapbook.com has those in stock as well. I don't think Stephanie carries those, but I'm pretty sure scrapbook.com has them also. But A06 is the SKU on them, and they're just called paper storage box dividers. Okay, Aaron O'Donnell. Any chance the craft cart tabletop will ever be available again? Friend is desperately looking for, since I talked to her into the carts that I also have, which she loves. I don't know. We do the carts specifically when we're going to do a big run of them for Home Shopping Network, and then we also have them on our website. As you can imagine, if you've got them, you know the boxes that they come in are huge. They take up tons of space. So we generally only do them if we're doing them for HSN, and then we do the accessories. However, it is very simple to make a top for your cart by just getting a piece of wood that is the right size. Ours are 12 by 24, and then buying the clamps from Mom. My back there, the pink cart right next to my desk. Can you pull the top off that?
Do you have those other ones? Like here someplace?
They're right there. So for the craft cart, it has the little round bars on it. So you can buy a clamp that looks just like this at, not just like it, but very similar at the hardware store, like at Ace Hardware. And they're usually in the broom and mop area because they are the things that you can clamp your brooms or mops or shovels into, and you want the smaller one, right? So when I did this, I bought all the sizes that they had at the Ace Hardware store because I wasn't sure which was the right size, and I took the other ones back. It's the smallest one. And then just make sure that clamp fits on. Now there's a couple of sizes of bar on the crafty cart, right? There's a thinner one and a thicker one. So you want to make sure that fits on there. If your bar is too thin for the clamps that you found to fit on it, you can just put something in there like I think it's called polystyrene. It's the foam that stuff comes packed with, not styrofoam, but it's like the flexible foam sheet in between there, and that'll clamp it on tightly. And then you just screw those clamps onto a wood top, and boom, you've got a top. Somebody posted in, thanks, Mom. Somebody posted in the group last time that they, or maybe I got a message that she did that, and then she used her Cricut machine and she made a Disney design on the top of her table, so it matched her craft room. One of the other suggestions we got the last time we talked about this, were these are command hooks. So those you have to screw into a piece of wood. These are command hooks, which use a sticker to these do not get tight enough for the craft cart, but they do get tight enough for the paper cart. So if you're building your own top for the paper cart, these will work. They're quite a bit more expensive, but the bar on the paper cart is square, so the round clamps don't work as well on it, but these do. So you can use those. You can use the clamps from wherever, the hardware store, and it'll work. And then you can build your own top, and you don't have to wait for us to come out with another one. So, all right. Okay, so Sue Rains, I see you have a scrap rack travel base with wings. A couple of questions. How wide is it with the wings? How many spinders will it hold? I have limited space width-wise and wonder if it's shorter than the regular scrap rack. It is not shorter than the regular scrap rack. It is the exact same size. It is just a base with wings and no spinders, because the idea is you pull your spinders off your home base. You keep the scrap rack travel base with wings in your tote, pull off the spinders that you need, leave your base at home with the rest of the spinders on it, and then pop that up when you go. So unfortunately, it is the same size. The reason the base is the size that it is, it's a question all the time. People ask me, can you make a smaller one? The reason it is the size that it is because in the world of physics, if the base is narrower and you put those long pages on it, and then you flip the pages all to one side, the whole base flips over because it doesn't have enough base to handle the length of things that are flipping on the top of it, which is why we've never made a smaller base, because you can't actually use it, and that would be bad. So, but we have tried.
You want to know how big the desktop can be for the book?
How big the desktop can be. How thick do you think, or how long? Okay, thick. Okay, so the clamps here, I'm going to unwind it. You have, when it's wound all the way down, you can put this on a 2-inch thick desk or up to a 1/4 inch. So you need at least a 1/4 inch, right, to get it to, or up to 2 inches. And it's just completely adjustable that way. The space between the clamps, outside to outside of the clamps, is 12 inches. So it needs to be at least 12 inches wide. You can overhang the ends. So even if you have something that's only 12 inches wide, I know some of you have those little skinny tables that they use at banquets and stuff. So they have them at craft shows or crops a lot, where we get stuck on that little 12-inch wide table. So you could clamp this to the end and have ends hanging off. That's totally fine. But you do need 12 inches of width to be able to do that. And then a 1/4 inch to 2 inches thick to hold. It'll hold on to that. Ruth Tuss says, what's the best way to store double-sided paper when the sides are completely different? Oh, the question of the century, Ruth. Sorry, I'm getting a little thing in my throat. You just have to choose. That's all. You choose the side you're most likely to use, the color that you like the best, maybe the reason that you bought it, right? So I was just going through, I have some paper that every time I go through my paper, it's Christmas green on one side, or I shouldn't say Christmas green, like grass green, bright green on one side, and Christmas red on the other side. And every time I flip through it in the green, I'm kind of looking from the opposite side. And then there's a red piece of paper, and they're like, why is that red in there? And I'm like, oh yeah, because I like the grass green. It matches all the sports things that my kids did. That's the color I'm most likely going to use it as. And so that is where I put it. There is no perfect answer. My suggestion is to put it in where you're most likely to use it. But like me, as you're flipping through green, I always see that red side. So I'm constantly kind of reminded that it's there. But the most important thing is not to overthink it. Just be like, okay, I like the green side better. It's going with green. Boom, there it is, right? Most of us, you've heard me say this before, have enough paper that doesn't really matter. Like, you are going to find the perfect shade of red or the perfect shade of green, regardless of where that paper ended up. You're going to find it in your green or red section.
We should congratulate all these people that are ordering multiples of the $10 Tuesday.
You can't go wrong with $10 Tuesday. I'm telling you, every time we have a $10 Tuesday, I get on the website. I'm like, do I need that? Do I need that? Do I need that? I'm like looking around my room. I'm, no, you don't need any of that. You have all that stuff. They're all your children. They're all here for you. So, but it's a great deal, especially the lowest tote. And Christmas is right around the corner. So if you have crafty friends, what a great thing to get like a lowest tote and then fill it with other crafty things. I mean, that is a great buy. And the paper storage boxes, you always need those, right? There's like whether you're storing, like my sister's sorting her mementos right now, it would be perfect to pop those up, those cardboard boxes, pop them up and say, okay, this is, 2010 that we're sorting. Here's all the Christmas mementos. Here's this, here's this, here's this. Because vertically filing takes up way less space than horizontally piling, right? I should tell her this. I wonder if she's on. She's on. She's listening. She's listening in. Get your paper storage boxes, pop them up vertically, and then you can fold them up and store them for the next time you need to sort something. But regardless of what you're sorting, even if you were just sorting office papers in your office, right? And you just needed a quick way to like bang through some sorting, and then, okay, these are all sorted. Now I need to file them, take them out of the boxes, fold the box. You can't go wrong. The $10.
Missed it, but someone said the problem with $10 Tuesday is it makes you buy everything else also.
Yes, that is also true. But you are getting the super deal on $10 Tuesday. I know, it's awesome. It's an awesome deal. All right, blah blah blah. What did I get? Double-sided paper. Eugene Barber says, could you show us how to assemble the plastic in the Kirsten bag? Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is Kirsten. She's a big girl. She's 9x6. This is named after Stephanie Bernard's older daughter, Kirsten. It was designed for the Stephanie Bernard stamps. So we don't have them on our website. I'm not sure that she does at the moment either, but okay. So let me take it apart first. Easier said than done. I should have pulled it out and taken it apart to start with. Oh, there we go. Okay. So when you get your, look at that. What a mess that is, isn't it? Right? So when you get your Kirsten bag, you've got this big box folded up in there, and anything that's not already folded on the score line, as with all of our things, you want to fold everything on the score line first so you get that nice straight fold. Okay. And then you're going to do, it's like an octopus I'm fighting. Then you're going to do these little tabs on the side. And like all the tabs, you're going to put in the bottom part of the tab first, and then you're going to push the top through. This one's already been together, so it's not making a little snapping noise. But when you do it, it will make a little snapping noise the first time, or it should make a little snapping noise. Okay, so push those in. Then I folded in the flaps into the bottom of the box. Now I'm going to take the part with the square holes in it. I'm going to fold that in. And then I'm just, this is kind of the tricky part. I'm going to take this so I have a cutout and a notch, right? So I'm going to take this, I'm going to push my finger through, whoa, like this. And I'm going to tuck that into the square this way. I'm going to tuck this one in the same way into the square this way. And then I'm just going to fold this back, this tab, and I'm going to stuff it into the hole. It's hard to fold back. You might get a white line when you fold it. That's okay. I'm going to try if I can get a white line on this one. You see that? No. You might get like a white mark on there when you fold, because when you fold it all the way. Don't worry about that. It's going to pop right back out. So you're just going to tuck that in to the bottom. Bob's your uncle, and you are done. It's just that easy. It's a little bit hard on your fingers if you have a child or a grandchild. One of the things my sons are very proficient at is putting these kind of things together, because I also don't want to ruin my manicure, my cuticles, right? Getting them hung up on there, but that's it. And then it slides into the bag. Kirsten comes with pockets, but you can add additional pockets to the Kirsten bag, and there she is. Ready to go. Ready to fill with your favorite dies and stamps. Woo, woo. Okay, I'm going to do one last look here. We should have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Let's see. Jackie Mount says, I just purchased multiples of the $10 specials. Can't wait to get them all. Congratulations, Jackie. You're going to love them. It's a great value. I mean, I cannot believe I was blown away. Like the smallest discount on any of these items is 33%. That is awesome. Margaret Miles says, I have a 3-base scrap rack. My second base, expansion base, is easily 1.5 inches shorter than my initial scrap rack with wing space. Is it not supposed to be? No, it's not supposed to be. That's very odd. Yeah, no, that is.
She got the special one.
That is odd. That's right. You got the special. You got the special needs base. I don't know. Yeah, that is odd.
Should she contact customer service?
Yeah, you might want to reach out to customer service, because they will send you one that is the right length. So customer service at totally-tiffany.com, and you'll get Leanne, and she can help you with that. Marshall Cummins says, so appreciate $10 Tuesday. It's tons of fun, isn't it? Especially when you're in the process of getting organized and we have the right thing for what you're doing. So take advantage of all the $10 Tuesday specials, and let's have a winner chicken dinner. Woo woo.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Kathy Miranda.
Kathy Miranda, you are the big winner on today's Tuesday Live. Drum roll. Congratulations.
Your clock is getting slower and slower.
I know, it's a problem clock. Okay, so Kathy Miranda, you need to reach out to prizes@crafterscompanion.com. That's prizes with an S. Well, A-Z and an S, prizes, plural, @crafterscompanion.com. And they will get you hooked up with your gift certificate and you can do some shopping.
One more question.
Uh-oh, one more question.
Who is Stephanie Bernard?
Oh my goodness. Stephanie Bernard is the founder of the Stamps of Life. So if you go on the web and you search Stephanie Bernard, she's going to pop up. She is a founder of a company called the Stamps of Life. She makes the cutest stamps. She does the coolest kits. She's adorable. And she and I are, I'm going to tell you a quick little story. Some of you have already heard this about Stephanie, so sorry. But Stephanie and I met obviously through the crafting industry, and we were sort of instantly like people, right? We're like twins. Well, 2 visits ago, when I went and visited her in California, maybe more, I don't know. Anyway, I met her parents for the first time, and we had dinner, and her mother told me at dinner, she said, you know, it's so funny that you and Stephanie are best friends because I wanted to name Stephanie Tiffany, and I had already got to name her brother, so her dad got to name her, and he chose Stephanie, and that's how it is. But had it been up to me, it would have been, instead of Steph and Tiff, it would have been Tiff and Tiff whenever we roamed around together, so it was very cute. Her parents are adorable, just saying, adorable. Her mom is like a fashion plate, like she's always got the cutest hair and the nicest outfit, and her dad is so adorable and funny. He's just a total like jokester kind of funny guy. So anyway, so if you don't know Stephanie or you don't know her products, pop on over to the Stamps of Life or visit her on Facebook or Instagram and say, hey, Tiffany sent me over to say hi, but you will love her products and her person. And I'm going to tell you, before I knew Stephanie, I read her blog, like her bio on her blog. This is probably when I actually fell in love with Stephanie, because I thought this was adorable. Her blog, the starting line of her blog was, hi, my name's Stephanie. I love Jesus, my family, and Diet Coke, not necessarily in that order all the time. Right? And I just thought it was adorable. It was so cute. And so like, this is who I am. And she does love Diet Coke. She definitely has a Diet Coke thing going on there, but in her family and Jesus, she loves them all, but it is cute. So
I want to answer Nancy Lorden.
Okay.
I never occurred to me to name you Stephanie. I was going to call you Michael.
Yeah. I do have a brother now, Michael, but actually not thankfully, I think Michael would be a really cool name for a girl, actually. But everybody in my family, Nancy, is a T name. Father Tom, Mother Tamara, Teresa, Tiffany, and my brother is also Thomas, really, but his middle name is Michael. That's what he goes by. All right, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Did I get this last one? Oh, yeah, I got it all. Okay. Thanks so much for popping in, for joining me for Tuesday Live. You know, it's the highlight of my week. It's so much fun. I love chatting with all of you guys. I love your questions. Now, every week we do put up a little a little post where you can ask questions on that post, and then and that is how I actually get the list of questions. So you can ask questions obviously live during the event, but if something pops into your head that you want to ask, you can put it on that post too, and it'll definitely get to me as well, especially if you're not going to be here live, but you're going to watch later. So thanks everybody for joining me. It's good to have you with me today. I will see all of you next Tuesday. Hey, don't forget about the Tuesday Live special. The Tuesday $10 specials. Woo, woo.
When does it last?
Just today only on Tuesday, $10 Tuesday. Bye, everybody.